Welcome back, students. In the previous video, we learnt about charts and the various components of the chart. Now, in this video, we will be about commonly used chart types and how can you create a chart. Now we are going to start with some commonly used chart types. We have numerous number of chart types, but these are the ones which are very commonly used. Like the first one you can see on the screen is the column chart. Column chart is a commonly used chart type to display data in the form of vertical bars. So we have vertical bars which represents the data in this particular chart. It shows changes in data over a period of time or comparisons among different data items. In this type of chart, categories are represented on the horizontal axis and the values along the vertical axis. So we have the horizontal axis here below on which the categories are represented and the vertical axis where the values are represented. We have done the horizontal axis and vertical axis in detail in the previous video. If you have not watched it, please do go to the channel and watch the previous video for more details. Okay, then the next one is the bar chart. This type of chart displays data in the form, again this is also in the form of long rectangular rods, which is known as your bars, which are placed vertically or horizontally in the chart area. A bar chart shows comparison among various individual items. Whatever items you want to display, it shows comparisons in between them. So you can compare very easily using the bar chart. In this type of chart, categories are represented on the vertical axis and values are represented on the horizontal axis. It is little slightly different from the column chart. However, it is something similar, but the values are represented in different axes as compared to the column chart. The next we have is the line chart. This chart is in the form of lines and it is very similar to plotting a graph on a graph paper. If you all have practiced working in the graph paper, then you will be able to understand it easily that line chart is something similar to it, where the values are shown on the x and y axis. A line chart uses connecting dots to display the trends in data over a period of time. So we have dots which helps us in representing the data which are changing over a period of time. Then next we have the pie chart. It is a circular chart divided into sectors where each sector shows the relative size of each value. Now, like if you might have seen, for example, if I tell you all the content of different gases in the air, the percentage of different gases present in the air can be easily shown in the form of a pie chart. If you might have gone through the gases chapter in which the charts must be there, same thing can be represented in the form of pie chart in Excel as well. So it always shows only one data series and is useful when you want to emphasize on a particular or a significant element. Then we have the donut chart. This will show you the relationship of part to a whole. It displays data in the form of rings and each ring represents a data series added into the chart. It is not like a pie chart. The donut chart represents more than one data series. In pie chart, you have only one data series, whereas in donut, you can represent more than one data series. And it is, of course, in the form of a ring. Now let's see how we can create a chart. It is very simple to create a chart in Excel. So the steps to create a chart in Excel are: you need to create a worksheet with the data we have the data shown in the figure this side on the right side. So we can create this data, then select the range A2 to B7, including column headings and row labels. So you have the column headings here, that is the name and the marks. Then we need to click on the Insert tab. In the Charts group, you will select the column drop-down menu. Clustered column is there where you need to click, and it is a drop-down list. You will get the category of the charts and then you can select the chart. The two tabs named as the Design and the Format will appear under the Chart category tool on the ribbon, and these tabs will help you for editing and formatting the chart. Students, the practical application of this creating a chart has already been uploaded previously in the shorts. You can refer to that for more details. So once the data is selected, you are trying to insert the chart, you will click on the Design tab, and in the Chart Style groups you will get More button where you can see whichever styles are available. And then you can place the mouse pointer on each style and check the preview with its effect. Whichever you like, whichever style you like, you can simply click on it and you will see the changes. And all the title, data label, legends, details which are mentioned in the selected data range will be displayed on the chart. If you want to change the data range of your chart, you can simply right click on the chart and click on the select data option from the shortcut menu. Once you do that, you will see that the select data source dialog box appears. You can click OK after making the required changes. So here it is. You can easily switch between rows and columns using this button and readjust the chart. And finally you can click on OK. You can see in this picture the Design tab which is activated. Of course, you will again have the practical video related to this. Do watch that for more clarification. Let's proceed further. In the previous video, we have already learnt about various components of the chart where we referred to axis title, data series, chart title, legend, grid lines. I hope you will be familiar with all these words by now. So we can add all these things in our chart. How can we add a chart title? So what we need to do is we will click on the chart and follow the given steps. Click on the add chart element in the chart layouts group, which is available on the Design tab. Then we will be able to see a list of options which appear. So you click on the chart title option and select the above chart or centrally overlay option. Then you can see the chart title text box appears. Type the text in it, and after typing the title, click outside the chart. For adding the axis title, we can select the axis title option again from the add chart element button in the chart layouts group. So we select primarily horizontal option to add the title of any x-axis, and then the axis title box will appear at the bottom. We can type text in it and then click outside the chart. Likewise, we can also add y-axis by selecting the primary vertical option. We can see in this diagram, these are the chart elements: axis, axis title, chart title, data labels, data table. So we can make modifications with the help of this menu. Along with adding the axis title and the chart title, we can even add data labels from the charts layout group. Then we can add the data table. Then we can add the legend if it is missing. Legend, we know that it is a box which helps us to identify the patterns or colors which are assigned to the data series in a chart, and it helps in reading the chart accurately. So if a legend is present in your chart, it will be much easier for you to identify the patterns and colors which are available in the chart. So that this option is also available in the chart layout group. And of course, we can even add grid lines for better understanding the data. values. This is all for today's video. Thank you, students. Do continue watching so that you can revise whatever has been taught to you earlier. And of course, subscribe the channel so that you get notifications every time the content is uploaded.